Smash the like button if you know what a flat back bump is in professional wrestling.
All you delusional Karrion Kross fans need to watch this video for facts and evidence. I bet you're wondering, why am I so passionate about this subject? Because I love this sport. I love this business. I'm passionate about this business, right? So when I notice that you don't take bumps well, yes, I take that to be offensive. I don't like it because it was my dream to become a fake pro wrestler back in 2017. But I was shot 6 times in a gang confrontation, which means I had to stop training to become a fake pro wrestler. Do you know what I hate most about you stupid idiots? Is you love to reach to win an argument that you can't win. That's when you know you lost your argument. When you reach like a basketball player, I'm like, holy shit, you reach more than Allen Iverson. These are bad reaches. So let's talk about Karrion Kross and his lack of selling. The fact that he doesn't take bumps. He takes side bumps. Listen, dummies, you dummies, and you know who you are. Don't you dare compare jobbers, low-tier mid-carders to legends who busted their ass for this business, okay? So, some jackass just compared Karrion Kross to Paul Levesque and Ric Flair on how they took bumps. Listen, dummy, I've been watching this sport since 1992, which means I've watched every match of Paul Levesque. He will go down as the greatest bumper of all time, next to Shawn Michaels and Rick O'Shea. These are facts. He was the best bumper on the roster the moment Shawn Michaels left. The Attitude Era. Go back and watch every DX angle. He was taking the best bumps. In fact, go watch an episode of Tough Enough, the first season. Triple H was damn near punking the Tough Enough students. Ask Maven. Ask Maven right now. It's an episode of Tough Enough, season 1. Triple H was trying to give these kids advice. He was trying to give these hopefuls, these students, advice about taking bumps. That's ironic. Triple H giving advice to tough enough students on how to take bumps and why it's important. In fact, he gave a demonstration on how you take bumps. He attacked the mat. He gave them advice on how to take fucking bumps. It's called snap. You have to snap and attack the mat. That's what Paul Levesque did. It's on YouTube. I watched that episode as a child. Triple H was very badass. He was punking those students. You know why? Because they sucked at taking bumps. That sounds awfully familiar. There's a guy by the name of Karrion Kross. There's a rumor that the reason he's not being pushed is because he sucks at taking bumps. To me, that sounds like a connection to what Paul Levesque looks for. He was a great bumper, so what makes you think he would push a guy who can't bump if he was a great bumper? Some jackass said, there's matches of Paul Levesque side bumping. I'm like, no, there isn't. And if there was, there's a perfectly good explanation for that bump. Because if you compare Ric Flair, some jackass actually compared Kross to Ric Flair. Listen, it's called getting older. It's called fighting through injuries. Ric Flair has been wrestling for over 40-something years, maybe more than that. So you would think he would pile up injuries, pile up back injuries. So, of course, the older Rick got, Rick was not taking good bumps because he was in pain, dummies. But the younger Ric Flair was the master of selling. He was the master of taking flat back bumps. That's before the injuries. We're talking about older wrestlers who were battling injuries. So let's compare that to Randy Orton, because now you dumb fucks are reaching. You want to give Kross a hall pass for his bad bumps by comparing him to Randy Orton, a guy who missed 2 years for a back injury. So by that same logic, of course, Randy Orton is going to play it safe. He missed 2 years of his career with a bad back. He almost retired. What about Kross? Kross has no excuse. Kross is a mid-card guy since day one. He has no excuses. Randy Orton has been carrying this company for damn near 20-something years. So by that same logic, he should have bad back injuries based off that alone. He's been full-time since day one. But you want to compare that to Kross? No, Kross is just lazy. Kross is just scared. He sandbags bumps. That's what I mean. So when you say, oh, what about Rick? You're talking about the old-ass Ric Flair. You're not talking about the prime Ric Flair, the WWF Royal Rumble winner Ric Flair. You're not talking about the NWA World Champion Ric Flair. No, you're talking about the old-ass Ric Flair who was battling injuries, who was hobbled. So why would that Ric Flair take bumps? In fact, that's sad, because Kross, he's not that old, and he's never been seriously injured, and yet he takes bumps like an older Ric Flair? That's bad. That's dumb. That's crazy. You think that's his pass? That's a bad pass, because Kross, he's not that old, and yet you take bumps like a 50-something-year-old Ric Flair. Let that sink in, you jackass. If Kross takes bumps like Randy Orton, that's not good, because at least Randy Orton, he's damn near 290. He has battled back injuries. So that's why Orton doesn't take great bumps like he once did. But in his prime, hell yeah, he was the best bumper. The fuck? Have you seen the young Orton? He was the best bumper on the fucking roster, you jackass. The fuck? Go back and watch Killer Kross. He was never a great bumper. He sandbags his bumps. That's not good. So when you compare his current bumps to a old-ass Ric Flair, a old-ass Paul Levesque, a hobbled, injured Orton, yeah, how are you winning? What is your point? In fact, you're burying Kross, because you're comparing a prime Karrion Kross who has never been hurt, never been seriously injured. You're comparing his bumping style to the older Ric Flair who was past his fucking prime. You're comparing him to Paul Levesque, a older Paul Levesque. Go back and watch The Game. 2000, 98, 01, 04, 05. He was the best bumper on the roster. The fuck? That's my point. All right, cool. You want to keep on defending Kross as a lazy bumper? Cool. He will stay in that mid card forever. That's all I gotta say, bitch.